came across a naked man, an old naked man, who Mears figured out was actually the werebear.
He said that he couldn't turn into a person.
Yeah,
he said he was trying to turn into a person and he couldn't. And then when we stopped to bury him up to his neck in dirt, all of a sudden the bear was gone, but a naked older man was sneaking through the woods. And Mears figured out that he was the werebear, of course.
Yeah.
And I just
Mears,
remembered
and
that
Mears had the elephant break his leg.
Yes.
That'll show up.
Yeah. You decided to take him to the king, which you did. Well, you took him to the castle anyway. And you found out that Aldrich was dead, the person that you gave the note. You turned Bob over to the guards, and in return they gave you a letter from the queen. As you read the note, it changed 3 times, the writing. And at that point you had not rested still after an extremely long period of time, so you decided to go rest when you saw smoke, at which point you went to investigate. It was at the entrance of the Hall of Records, which was now destroyed, and Mears noticed that he saw Chad, Sir Chadwick there, who then disappeared. And then the group saw Aoife on the roof, and who also disappeared. Mears went to investigate on the roof and noticed that there was an unusual guard approaching. The guard stabbed the head of the guards and killed him. At which point Bo appeared talking to the crowd on top of the rubble of the destroyed entrance, and Bo began destroying and attacking people with fireballs. Aoife confronted them, and that's when Bo was revealed to actually be Disaster. There was Bo. The Bo Disaster was separate from the guard that attacked. Teeny went for the guard's knife, but wasn't able to get it. After Disaster left, the remaining guards went with you to go see the king. You were able to talk to King Branor, and after telling him about Disaster, he sent you away and he teleported you to a new city. The new city appears to be all made of wood, living wood, like it's growing. Hugh, this is yours. So everybody has just appeared there except for Hugh. You're in the middle of the street, it's a sunny day. You can smell bread baking and flowers, and the sun's shining bright. There's butterflies flying around, and across from you, laying in the street, holding a bottle, asleep on the ground, is Hugh.
Oh.
Do we, does my hair look the same length, or has any time passed since we got teleported?
It's the same.
Okay. And so we're in, didn't we request to be transported somewhere?
Yes.
Was
I
it
believe
Selenici?
Yes.
Like a summer court.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to return you in a second.
Who don't I recognize?
Roll dice, 1d4. You tell me, we'll start with Julie as number 1.
Shit.
Oh.
1.
Is Julie. So, you see the 3 of them, and you see somebody that you're not sure who they are. But you recognize everybody else.
Got all my stuff?
Yeah, you seem to have it.
Do I get a long rest out of that?
Yes.
Do we know if he was gone with?
You guys haven't seen him this entire time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got lost, man.
Was I in the autumn personality?
I can't remember if I was still a bear.
You're not a bear.
I'm not a
No.
bear.
Yeah,
I went back in the
switched
crowd.
back, yeah.
I'm in my lady form.
Yeah. When you went to talk to the king, you switched back, I believe.
Go back to my lady form shawl.
Was I in the autumn form? Was I talking normally
Yes.
to the king?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
And I forget, what are we doing?
uh,
Oh, we're looking for...
We asked the king to send us to Selenisi so we could talk to Titania about the missing ambassador.
Is that about memories?
Or I think we were also trying to figure out why this is what I wrote down, and you will help me understand what I meant. We wanted to know where someone was working out of and who he's working with. And I think we were talking about the Archfey,
Well, we told the
Trying to
king
figure
that
out-
we were gonna handle the
why he's here and what he's doing.
disaster problem.
Yeah.
And something made us.
Oh, yeah. The fairies of the Steely Court may have abilities to help with the memories, with recalling the memories.
Oh,
we forgot.
yeah.
They dabble in this.
Yeah, we're missing memories that will help us understand how to stop disaster or what's going on with disaster.
And your, childhood and relationships to people and things we may not remember.
Yeah, I think Disaster said something to you about like, oh, you don't remember?
Yeah.
Here, let her step on this one.
All right. Hugh. How did you get here? Seems different than how we got here.
I was alone in camp and got really sleepy and then woke up here. And there I heard voices, but I never identified who it was.
Does he have like a bottle on him or anything?
I do have a bottle on
He
me.
is holding a bottle, yes. He's holding an large empty glass bottle.
Let me see that bottle if you don't mind. Do I think it's alcohol? I'm investigating it.
It smells like it maybe was alcohol at some point.
Can I investigate the crap out of it?
You sure can, but the label, as he knows, is faded and torn, and it doesn't say what's on it anymore.
Okay. But I'm gonna
I'm so glad you're all
sniff
right,
it
you.
and think about it.
Who are you?
And taste it.
I don't
and-
remember.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm Hugh.
Oh, she's a changeling, so you probably don't recognize her. But you remember Chad?
Nope. Who's Chad?
He's starting to forget. You hear in your head.
Yeah, it's interesting, Hugh. We actually came to this village to get our memories back, but so maybe you'll get this memory back. But turns out this is your friend. Looks like you've lost your memory and forgotten your friend.
It's very disconcerting.
Yes.
As you're talking, you see, I get really close to your face because I'm still remembering what that girl said about you don't have to wear a mask. So I'm trying to see if there's like a seam.
If you let me roll investigation on the bottle, it'd be a 16.
The best you can guess is it might be some kind of wine.
It looks like you drank a lot of wine there. Is anyone here good at medicine-y type stuff? You can look for a residue of poison or something. Perhaps he was poisoned. I'll put my pinky in the bottle top. Boom,
Not.
boom.
It was weird. Before I lost consciousness, I heard these words. I heard.
Wait. Don't say them. It could be a magical incantation that makes us all lose our memories.
Are you lost, mister? Are you lost?
La 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 la. Yes?
You look tired. You look sleepy.
La 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 la.
And then I went to sleep.
Well, I didn't hear a couple of those words, so hopefully I don't fall asleep.
I can try a little bit of medicine check on the bottle. Confused because he doesn't remember me. He doesn't remember me? That would be a 16. That's a
Thank you.
Does
16 medicine.
she discover anything else? for her?
No, you're pretty sure it's some kind of
Alcohol!
yeah, some kind of fermented grape beverage.
This is made from
What
grape.
what do you look like right now?
Tabitha. I'm a lady. I look like a lady.
Well, hello again, Tabitha. I am a gorgeous blonde woman
I'm a much plainer looking
of
brunette.
approximately 30-year-old blonde woman,
But totally secure about myself.
sensuously dancing for no reason. I said my character like sensuously stabbed somebody in another game, and a player gave me a yellow flag for it's almost triggering. Okay.
However,
Jeez.
however
There's a
that
20
played out in
sided
their
right
own
by your foot.
imagination.
Jake, there's a
Triggered.
20-sided right there.
What's up?
Right below your... There you go.
Oh, thank you. Bo, are you feeling okay? You have all your memories?
I think so. All the ones I had before.
Let me see if I have all the memories I had before.
Does anyone have any new memories that weren't there before?
Would we know?
I don't know.
You guys don't believe you do, but everybody does kind of ponder it.
Well, Hugh, I'm sorry that you forgot our friend here. She at one point cooked you a bowl of pasta that you thought was really delicious. And she also did your laundry for you with exceptional skill. You once told her that you trusted only her.
I once gave you a loan of 20 gold pieces that you still owe me.
Oh, yeah. Well, you do.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Maybe.
That sounds like you. Hugh, I'm just kidding about all that, but she is your friend. So, I'm gonna look around at this, get a better description of the village a little, like...
So it's massive. This is not a village, it's a full-on city, a walled city with a castle. There's a large multi-tiered castle in the center of the city, and all around you are very large buildings that seem to be grown into each other because everything is made out of live wood. You can see leaves on the buildings growing out. Some buildings even seem to have fruit on them.
Thank you.
So the buildings have fruit on them?
Some of them did, yes. It all seems to be a very pale colored wood, though. Almost silvery in sheen.
Does it tickle my memory at all?
No.
So I think, was the point of coming here to find Titania, to ask her about returning our memories, or maybe someone else here? I seem to recall Titania, Eladrin, elves, fairies, fairies of the Sealy Court dabbling in magic.
Yes.
Oh yes, and we're deputized.
Yeah.
Did we get any kind of insignia for being deputized?
No, you guys just, he said that and then you were gone.
Did I keep the little hat?
You did, yeah.
Disaster and a giant changeling. I don't know if you picked that part up. He has a giant changeling working with him. He has a giant changeling.
I did not know.
A giant changeling. It's pretty cool.
How do you guys know that?
We saw him.
You saw it.
Not only was Disaster taking our forms in front of people and being like, I killed people, I'm dumb, but also there was a giant that pretended to be one of the Formorians and killed them. Killed one. It was a giant changeling.
I got you.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. So yeah, I wrote down where is he, who does he work with, research the name, why disaster, domain of his own. He doesn't have a domain of his own. So I think we came here to get our memories back. Am I thinking I'm going to Titania to get my memory back, or?
Oh, you're not sure? I mean, you guys did bring that up. All he said was that they did dabble in that kind of magic.
Well, what do you all think? Should we just try to go to the great Queen Titania herself, or should we look for like ye old memory returning store or something like that?
I'm very tired.
Are you?
Yes.
I forget how tired I am, actually.
You're the only one that actually got arrested. Besides
just me.
now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. None of you have rested since we killed the bear. Since we were attacked by bears. I got a rest because I only need 4 hours.
Yeah. Weirdo, sleepy.
Well, should we find a place to rest then? Looks like Hugh could use more rest.
We'll hang out.
I think.
You're like, you guys all notice that Hugh's like dirty. Like he looks like he's been rolling in the mud.
I'll be taking a bath while everyone else rests.
Maybe
Clean
we
my
should
armor.
Find a lodging or something like that. Do they
Hugh,
have-
it looks like you got completely disgustingly drunk and you blacked out for a week.
I don't know what happened. That doesn't sound like me.
You said you heard some people talking and saying something to
Just
you?
one little voice.
So your memory doesn't include drinking anything?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'll take you at your word. I got no reason not to. You can't touch that wire.
Is that part of your religion?
Nope.
Are we like in a residential area, or is there any signs
Yeah,
for like
it
stores?
looks like it's residential. Yeah. There's people walking up and down the street.
Are there any like signposts to like a market district or something?
There is. There does seem to be a market district.
Sounds like someone wants to go shopping.
There's usually information in markets.
Shopping and sleeping.
We should make resting the party our priority.
Shop till you drop.
Get everybody into tip-top shape.
Well, it sounds like everyone wants to rest.
So as you guys are saying that, discussing where you're going to go, you hear a small voice say, "Evie, Evie, little Evie, is that you?" And you see a very old-looking little gnome with a cane walking towards you, going, "Evie, is that you, Evie?
Well, I prefer to be called Aoife, but
Evie, do you remember me? It's been so long. Where have you been all this time?"
I lost my memory. I was kidnapped to the material plane or something, and I lost my memory.
You lost your memory?
That's true, person who I do not remember, due to my losing my memory, and not because I'm self-absorbed and forgot you.
He says it's Unky Fern. You remember Unky Fern? I used to take care of you as a kid.
Oh, Unky Fern, it's so nice to see you. My memories were stolen. Perhaps you'd care to regale me with a long story about my youth.
He says you've lost. How much of your memories have you lost?
Basically everything. Everything before I went to the material plane.
So that's where you were. That's what he says. He says you've been gone for decades. I didn't think you were ever coming back.
Well, I've been wanting to return for quite some time.
He says, well, I'm glad you're back.
So, Unky, what do you like to do with your spare time?
He said, why don't you guys all come to my place? Well, actually, I'm on my way to work, but let's walk over there together, and then I'll just tell them I'll take the day off.
Well, that sounds like, as long as you're not going to lose your job.
He says, no, I'll never lose my job. I shouldn't even be working anymore. But
I'm gonna do 2 insight checks on him.
okay, which
One to see if he's good and who he says he is and stuff, and then the other to see if he's right that he really is not going to lose his job. Because there's a really great Seinfeld episode I remember where he runs into an old friend and they go to a job.
you do
go to
cast
lunch.
guidance.
And
So
he
when
loses
you
his
cast
job.
guidance, you'd still get guided, but he goes guidance, and then all of a sudden, feathers just start flying out of your fingers and going all over the place.
Ooh, what color feathers?
It's white feathers, like goose down, just flies all over.
Whoa.
Makes a cloud in the street, and they start falling to the ground.
I'll pick a few out of this guy.
Just a
Some start
10
blowing through
on the
the
first one.
You're not really sure.
What does Unky Fern look like?
He looks like a very old gnome. He's got white hair and small spectacles. He has a small cane that he's walking with. But you do notice that he does look rather muscular.
So yeah, a 4 inside to tell if he's going to lose his job, and a 10 inside
You're
to
sure
tell if
he's going to lose his job.
Should've rolled for you.
You're like, oh my god, this guy's going to lose his job for staying with us.
Oh, Unky, I don't want you to lose your job. Why don't we reconnect tomorrow after we all get a rest?
He
And
said, no, there's no way I would lose my job. I'm too important. He says, especially since your mom's gone.
yes,
You guys work together.
He says, yeah, of course.
What is the nature of your work?
Well, we work at we worked at the Green Forge together.
The Green Forge.
Green Forge, yeah. His mother and I were weapon makers for the.
I'm a woman. Now I wonder if you're really who you say you are.
Yes, yeah. Her mother and I
Yeah.
were weapon makers for the royalty here.
Weapon makers.
Yes.
Well,
He says I should be retired, but you know.
Maybe you'd like to actually take us to work today, and you can practice making weapons.
we'd love to see what you make.
Oh sure, yeah. You can come with me.
Well, that sounds like fun. I just wonder how attached to the idea of resting my friends are right now.
Oh, if you want to rest, you guys can rest at my place if you want.
Oh, that sounds lovely, Unky. I hope no one speaks to me telepathically right now.
Eva, what do you think?
Can you please see if you think he's actually a good person? Because I can't tell.
Can I?
I'm so tired. I can barely talk to you.
Can I insight this guy to see if
Sure.
this feels on the up and up? I want to know
What is-
specifically.
Specifically,
I'm
yeah.
trying to weigh
It has to be something that he didn't roll.
if I feel like if I feel like we'd be safe, like going to his house to rest, or if I think he's luring us somewhere or the other. I guess that's what I'm. And that's gonna be a 25.
Oh, you're like, oh, this whole guy. He seems to be really happy to see you.
Yeah. Okay.
I try to detect thoughts, but I'm so exhausted I get a headache. I go, ugh.
I feel like
I was just trying to get you to inside him.
it feels like a nice old gent.
Oh, good.
I'm really happy.
Unky,
to
it's
see
so
you.
good to see you again. Whatever you want to do, let's do that.
So you know what? Let's just walk onto the forge, and I just had my morning tea, but after we're done over there, we can just go back to my house, and we can chat, and your friends can rest.
Well, that sounds lovely. Friends, are you okay with this? Are you?
I like the idea.
You
of a
look
forge.
horrible, Hugh.
I need to get cleaned up.
I'm sorry about my friend. Someone kidnapped him, I think.
Oh no, that's horrible.
It looks like he got drunk and laid in a ditch for a week, but I think someone kidnapped him and did some fairy stuff to him.
Is the town laid out, Unky, in such a way that we'd be able to meet you there? Like, is there a place where we could go get cleaned up for a bit and then meet you over there?
She said, well, I mean,
Or do you guys have like a locker room or something? Or you have showers?
he says no. There's no shower. Well, sure, there's showers.
I mean, our friend Hugh we'd like to be a little more presentable
Yeah.
in terms of our
Yeah, he's like, yes.
new place, first
He's-
impressions. You
He's
know.
like, people get extremely dirty working there, so
Oh, so he'll just blend right in.
yeah.
Is there any water puddles on the ground where we are?
No.
Oh.
In fact, with your connection with nature, you're pretty sure like anytime water hits the ground, everything's made out of plants and they start absorbing it very quickly.
Ooh. Cool.
So, quick vote. Go with Unky to the forge or insist on resting first? Everyone in favor of just go to the forge first? Raise your hand.
I
Oh,
think we go to
well,
the forge.
it's unanimous.
I like the idea of a forge.
Yeah,
Let's
we're-
go, Unky. Oh, he loves to blacksmith.
Oh, you were a blacksmith. Oh, wonderful. Well, you'll fit right in, I'm sure. He's short, just like you too. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Very excited about a forge.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's like, yeah, let's go, guys. And then he very slowly, with his little cane,
What is this cane made out of?
it seems to be made out of wood.
Seems to be.
It seems to be made. You, in particular, can do an investigation check if you want.
I do want to.
Let's find out it's a sword cane.
Eve, how do I know if I'm cursed or not? Why did my frickin' hands spit out feathers when I gave
Oh,
guys?
16.
Feywild's gonna
You do
play
see
wild.
something that looks like a seam, so there may be something inside the
Ah.
inside.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I think what's happening is that there's some kind of wild magic in this place. Watch this, I'll cast Mage Hand and see if something happens. And I'll cast Mage Hand.
Okay, so you cast Mage Hand, and when it appears to look like a spider.
Hmm.
It looks like a little spider hanging in the air. It's very furry.
And I'll grab
Yes.
at it.
I've read about this when I was studying in libraries in the material plane. There are places that have wild magic in them, and when you cast spells, crazy things happen. So
wanna
I
take
don't
out
think
one of
you're
my-
cursed.
Sunflower seeds. I want to try to do Druidcraft on it to make it sprout.
It works.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy happens?
No.
Ah.
No.
Well, maybe it's because you're originally from here.
Hmm.
But
so are you.
I'll look for a safe place to cast Create Bonfire, and then I'll create Bonfire there.
you create a bonfire.
If there's a safe place.
Yeah, so you cast it, and it creates a bonfire, but instead of flames, it's all fireflies, which you can feel the heat coming.
Mears, try casting something one more time.
Okay.
Here's some dirt. Look, take some of this dirt off of Hugh. I'll just scrape it off him. Here, shape that.
Okay. I'll gather up and I'll try to shape it into Aoife.
Yeah, he's able to. You're able to shape it.
Nothing weird happens.
No, nothing weird.
Bo, you know any magic spells?
I could pull a gold piece out from behind my ear.
Very good. Try it. See if something happens. You know any magic?
I don't know. I can shoot pew-pews out of my hands, but it's not really like a spelly spell.
I think Bo would very obviously grab a gold piece from the bag and then just where is it? Here.
Does anything happen?
No.
Yeah, throw one of your blades, see if something happens.
That sounds dangerous, but okay. So I'll try to find something that's I don't want to hurt anything.
You do remember that all the buildings look like they're alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at all these pieces of wood. I'm like, I don't want to hit any of this.
Carve your initials in
So
there.
I'll try. I'm just gonna do a straight into the sky, pew.
Alright, let's see here. So, no, actually, you have to roll. Yours works normal.
Okay.
So my hypothesis is that it doesn't happen with psionics, it doesn't happen with the magic of a true fey creature, but I'm an Eladrin. But I'm from the material plane, and so are you, so I don't know. For some reason, he's immune.
I have a ring that can make a fog cloud, but I don't think I want to do that right now.
Yeah, I'll try blasting you with fire, and you see if you resist it or not.
I thought I could produce flame. I don't know what happened to it.
Unky, you know any magic spells?
He says, why do you guys keep messing around? We gotta get to the forge.
Oh yeah, we don't want you to
But
be late.
he's not that far ahead of you. But
He's slow.
yeah.
Unky, tell me a story about me as a child, please.
He says, oh yes, well, oh yeah, you don't remember anything, do you? He says, you see that scar right above your ear?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so that one was when you wanted to grab my tea set off my cabinet, and it fell and cracked on your head.
Oh, what a...
I hope you're a little more dexterous than you used to be.
What an impetuous child I was. Well, thank you for filling me in. Can you tell me a little bit more about me ma?
He says, oh yes, oh she was so sweet. She's such a nice lady. Very, very gifted weapon forger. I'd say she was better than me. But she, even for her age, she wasn't that old, unfortunately, She passed.
That's horrible. Did she leave me anything in her will? Does she have a secret box that only I can open that's in her former bedchamber?
He says, I don't know anything about that. He says, after both your parents died, somebody sold off your place. I don't know what happened.
But maybe if I went into it.
He says, I do have something for you though, but it's back at my house.
Okay, well, to the forge as you suggested. Gwenflam Galailo.
Yes.
So, I don't have any other relatives, Unky?
He says, no. Both your parents were originally from, not from here, is what he says.
Oh, where were they from?
They were from...
Were they from a different Feywild?
Yes, they were from the city of Starlight. Astrazalion. It's an island. That's what he tells you.
Ah, well, that makes sense then why your magic works and mine doesn't, because I'm not from this Feywild. Exactly as that jasmine bush said that one time. I knew that jasmine bush was telling the truth. City of Starlight in what?
It's on the map. You can see it right on the map. It's an island. It's got a city on it. Right in the center.
AstraZeneca something.
AstraZeneca?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
AstraZalian.
AstraZeneca.
Did you make this whole map?
No, I did not. I made the other one. I didn't make that. That one's an actual Feywild map that I used. I maybe changed a little bit of it,
Hey, Anki, how did you make that hidden blade in your king?
but no, he goes, oh, it's not that hard. I mean, it's just you make the weapon and then you just have to build around it.
Can I see?
He says, sure. He hands it to you.
And I'll study it as we walk.
Can you still walk okay?
He says, I'll walk when he gets back to me.
Do you want to piggyback?
I said, sure.
Alright, I bent down to pick him up.
Okay. He gets on your back and then he goes, it's that way.
Alright.
So if you guys actually go, you're moving much quicker now. He takes you down several streets, about a quarter mile away. You see a large building, and the outside of it looks pretty much like all the other ones, although you do see a little bit of smoke coming out of some stacks on the top of it. As you enter the front of the building, it has some very large double doors, and you see a large group of people working inside, most of them in aprons. You can smell the smoke from the burning of the wood and the coals, and you can hear a lot of hammering going on inside. It's very large. It's the largest forge you've ever seen.
Oh. Me ma used to work here.
He says, oh yeah, she used to work right over there. He points at one of the anvils.
Do you have like her hammer or her
He says,
boot or
he
something?
says, yeah, actually her stuff's right there still.
We'll go check it out.
Okay, yeah, you see an apron hanging up on the wall. There's some tools, some hammers, chisels, some metal grabbers and things like that.
And all of this has been here for decades after she died?
Yeah, well, I mean, some of the guys use it every once in a while, but I didn't want to take it away.
So there is apron, hammer,
Hammers,
metal grabbers.
chisels.
Can I take like a sort of like a light hammer, like the equivalent to a light hammer,
Yeah,
and a chisel?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he tells you, yeah, go ahead. I mean, he says it is your mom's stuff.
I want to remember me ma.
You can actually see engraved on each tool is her name.
Oh. Are there maybe a couple other hammers I could take?
Yeah. You can probably take 5 if you want. They'd be of various sizes.
Man.
One of them would be like a light hammer,
Yeah.
and the rest would just be sort of flavor hammers.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
As we walked in, I take a nice big deep breath. As I'm smelling all the familiar smells.
Yeah. It smells familiar, but it also unfamiliar because it's you can tell. For you, the difference is they're burning different wood and coal than what you're used to, so it doesn't quite smell the same.
Yeah, I would just run back and forth looking at
Yeah.
what everyone's doing.
Yeah, there's lots of people doing stuff, and some people like, hey. And so he's like, what's your name again? Sorry.
Bo.
Hey, Bo, we need to go talk to that guy over there.
Okay.
And then so if you walk him over there, he talks to another Eladrin. Looks like an older Eladrin. He tells him, Evie's back. I'm gonna take the day off. And they're like, oh yeah, you get it. We don't need you here. Go home. It's not like you need to be here. And he says, yeah. It's like,
Does it sound like they're telling him he's going to be made redundant?
no.
Inside that, I'm worried about the guy.
I asked him where can a guy get a bath around here.
They point you to a room nearby. They're like, you can get cleaned up in there.
I go do that.
There's lots of troughs of water and fountains that have water coming down.
Take a nice bath, put on clean clothes.
We see what kind of weapons are coming out of this. too, or-
Pretty much everything that you can see in the PHP we're making. It all seems to be at very good quality. And the only difference is everything seems to be made out of silvery metal that doesn't appear to be steel.
Mm.
So, Uncle, what do you make these weapons from?
Oh, he's, metal.
Do you have that here?
Yeah, there's hills. There's up north. There's some hills and mountains. We get some up there. There's a bunch of places around.
What metal do you use?
He tells you it's called mithril.
Mithril. The blacksmith told me about that. He says it's very rare.
He says, oh, well, yeah. I mean, depending on where you're from, it's pretty rare.
This place is huge. Who are your big supply channels to?
This is, well, I mean, this is the world foundry.
Could we, since the light hammer and the dagger have exactly the same stats, except the dagger is finesse, could we
What
make
dagger?
the weapon that exists, the weapon in the PHP, dagger is the same as a light hammer, except the dagger is finesse. It has the same thrown range, and it's light, and it's 1d4. Could we make the light hammer a dagger that's flavored as a light hammer?
Not in this case.
So I can hit somebody with my
No,
mom's hammer?
No, not in this case. Your mom's a bludgeoner.
I can't bludgeon people.
She's a blunt object user.
Yeah, I won't be able to wield it very well. Yeah. Alright.
How hot do you have to make the fires to melt the mithril metal?
Oh, he says, well, it's pretty hot. He says, probably 2,500 degrees.
Oh. And do you guys make your own molds?
He says, no, you don't mold this. You have to hammer it.
Wow. You guys are very skilled.
Yeah. I mean, all these people here are the best.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking to him in his head?
Yeah. So you guys don't hear any of this. Sorry.
I know.
We hear half of it.
I guess you'd hear his responses.
Yeah.
So we heard that this was mithril. Does this have any special properties?
It's light.
Interesting.
Do you guys do trades?
Or is there a shop?
He says that no, there's no shop here. This is strictly made for the military.
So, does that mean that if they made me 2 rapiers, I'd have light property on rapiers?
Yeah, maybe.
Are you in a current
He says we'll
conflict?
talk about that later. Let's go back to my place.
I say, okay, but we're in a forge where they make weapons, and if I had 2 rapiers that were light, that would be.
He tells you.
Do you guys have free samples?
Sorry, no, there's no free samples.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about it later?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right. Well, 2 rapiers sounds pretty fun, but okay.
He says, you use 2 rapiers? Is that what you do? That's what he says. He says that's very interesting.
Well, I use short swords because rapiers aren't light. I use a short sword in each hand because rapiers aren't light. But if I had light rapiers, wow, that would be like having a feat that I don't have.
He tells you, we'll talk about it when we get back.
Does it seem? I mean, are there like lots of people working here?
Yeah.
And it seems like.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people working.
Are they all gnomes?
No, it's all kinds of fairy races.
Mm.
Even down to fairies, like small fairies
Ooh.
on little things. They seem to be making possibly some kind of needles.
Are you guys currently in an active conflict? Like this seems
Says-
like a lot of.
He says, no, this is slow, is what he tells you.
Really?
He says, oh yeah, I mean, there's been some bad wars in the past.
How long has this been operating, this one?
This is, what, 5,000 years maybe?
Amazing.
What's the oldest weapon you have here?
He says, I don't know, we don't keep them that long.
So it's exclusively military use.
Yeah, they get shipped to the armory as soon as they're done.
Do you guys take commissions?
He says, no, not really, no. It's not how it works.
Just kind of a factory for the military's weapons.
Yes.
And no magic weapons around here.
He says, no. That would take enchantments of some kind.
But mithril is wonderful. If we had armor made of mithril, we'd be able to sneak. I don't wear that type of armor, but you know, a person who wears heavy armor, if it's made of mithril, you could sneak better because it's so light.
He's like, it's true. It's very light stuff.
You must have a very formidable army here.
He says, oh yeah, for sure. It is. He says it is Queen Titania's army.
Yeah. How's she? Is she nice?
I've never actually talked to her. That's what he says.
Oh.
She's royalty in the castle.
She never does inspection, walkthroughs, nothing. None of that.
She doesn't. Royalty doesn't mingle with common folk.
Do you guys make other things besides weapons?
He says armor. He says that's not what I do, but you know, you see, he points over there. That guy's making some elven chain. Yeah, you can see over there. That guy's working on some dwarven plate.
I run over, I want to look at the elven chain.
It's a very fine piece of chain, and he's having to forge each individual ring into place.
Wow. So intricate.
Yeah, he says it takes forever to make these things.
Do you only work with this mithril?
He says, yeah, that's all we work with here. He says, it is pretty specialized, but, you know, we don't use iron. So.
Do you have like
Well,
quotas
iron's
or
bad.
special orders
What?
that you fill, or
Iron
is
is
it
bad.
just as made? You just-
We make it to whatever they tell us.
Oh.
So, what was the most beautiful thing that my mother ever made? And don't say me. I know you want to.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, Evie, it's you. But we'll talk about this later.
Can I do a quick scan to see if there's anything that I think I could steal from this place?
I mean, you think you have a chance of stealing something, but you're not sure what will happen if you fail.
You remember that I had told you when we got here.
Oh
be
yeah, you
careful
told
with
me not to
stealing.
steal anything. That's true. Oh, I'm gonna sit on my hands. Ah.
This question has been burning on my mind since we met you. But
Yeah, Bo.
does your house have the fruit on it? Can I eat the fruit?
He says, oh yeah, I've got fruit.
Is it also like?
He says,
fey?
he says
Is it gonna-
I have some apples and I've got some cherries.
and it grows off the house.
Some plums. He says no, mine actually grow in the house.
So
He says, but you know, I gotta leave my windows open to make sure the bees can pollinate the flowers.
but I can eat it.
Yeah, it's fruit.
Yours, I can eat it. Are you sure? I remember you saying not to.
No, don't eat it.
Well, you got to eat something. You just die of starvation.
They may make good berries.
I take one and I eat
Oh,
it.
wait, are you allowed to eat that?
So your good berries, they look different. They're more purple.
Or purple?
Yes, more purple.
Oh, wait. And I take up my delicious spoon. And I scoop it, then I give it to you.
Okay, I'll eat it. It's still just a good berry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those look particularly wonderful today.
Mm-hmm. Here, you try it.
I try to keep out of Mirror's earshot, next saying I'm gonna eat those fruit.
I'm gonna eat those fruit too. I don't like all these rules. They're meant to be broken.
Okay,
What if I grow bunny ears? It'll be fun.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
I want to see.
I mean, I'll eat one of your berries.
She says, let's get going.
Here we go.
Okay, bro.
Wait, does Eva's mom have any scraps?
Does what?
Does Eva's mom have any leftover scraps?
No, you can. It's extremely clean.
Ah.
The whole place is extremely clean. He says you don't want to have one. You don't have any waste, and then two, you don't want to take a chance that there being any kind of fire.
Of course, I know this.
This is an exquisite operation you have here.
I'm gonna pull out my Goliath tooth and look at it. And then put it away.
Alright.
You have a Goliath tooth.
From Shiloh Duke, I think.
I mean,
Oh,
that's-
from
he
yes,
got, he
that's
knocked
right.
one of the
That's
teeth out
right,
and he
that's
kept
right,
it as a
that's
trophy.
right, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna look at my mom's hammers while we're walking to the house.
Okay. Yeah, they look like. In fact, you're starting to realize that these hammers are probably made of metal.
Well, that would make them a finesse weapon, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna walk next to mirrors and be like, tell me again why I can't steal anything. What?
I mean, you can, but it's very, very bad. You'll die very, very quick.
Don't die. Okay. Well, that's not.
So if
They
you're
don't take
carrying
kindly to
it,
stealing around
yeah,
here.
he takes you to his place. It's not too far from where you were when you started actually, and he lets you in. It's a modest house. Well, it's a modest. It's more like an apartment. There's other buildings, butted up against it that are growing into it. He lets you inside, and there's a small sitting room with a table, some chairs, and in the kitchen, you can see that there's actually fruit growing in the kitchen, coming off the walls. He says, "Feel free to have any of those you want."
How's Bo doing for scale in this tiny gnome's
Oh,
house?
he's like almost touching his head to the ceiling. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat a fruit.
Okay. You get an apple, a plum, or some cherries.
Cherries.
There you
Oh,
go.
no,
They
no,
taste very good, actually, extremely good.
Oh, these are so delicious.
He says, "Oh, Evie, your cherries always were your favorite."
It's true they were. Why does everyone keep calling me Eefy?
He says, that was your nickname. I used to call you Evie. You don't remember? It's like me. I'm Monkey Fern.
And you're not my biological uncle, right?
He kind of looks at you puzzled. He's like, "No."
Okay, just making sure. I really want to have living families, though.
He says, "Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know if you have any. Maybe back in
Well,
the city of Starlight."
so maybe a half brother, right?
He says, "Any of you want some tea?" You said you're having problems remembering.
Sorry.
That's right.
Oh yeah. You know what? I have some tea that might help. He says, "Anybody else have any problems with memories?" And he goes over and starts lighting a stove and gets some water from the kitchen and puts it in a pot.
Is you still in the shower at the
No, he left him behind. He's just washing
Suddenly
up.
like, God damn it, happened again.
He's getting sleepy and he's still in the forge.
This one's been having some memory.
Is there like a comfy couch or chair?
Wanna
Yeah,
bring something
there's,
else straight?
there's some chairs.
No.
Okay.
Forge chairs.
I sit in one of them. I just immediately just fall asleep.
Oh, okay.
I am.
You fall asleep, Mirrors?
Yeah. Because I am pooped.
Alright, so Mirrors falls asleep in a comfy chair.
And I kind of sleep where like my head's back and my mouth's like wide open.
I put a cherry almost in his sleeping mouth,
Aw.
and then I don't.
Tell me when you're done with that. So Mirrors, you see Mirrors just go out. He's so tired. And he goes, says, anybody want some tea?
I'll take some of the tea.
Okay. Yeah. He starts. He gets a little thing. He's like, here, and it's just like a little tin, and you can scoop some into a cup if you want. If anybody wants it.
I'm absolutely satiated from that good berry.
Did you say it had something to do with the memories? The tea?
Yeah.
Please,
He says, I hope it'll help you. I don't know that it will.
tee me up.
He says, sure. And he says, take as much as you want.
I'll take it.
All right. So you take the tea. All right. You take
Thank
the tea.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It doesn't. It tastes very medicinal. It doesn't taste very good.
Ah, delicious.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
This tea tastes like pizza.
Yeah.
I'll drink it.
All right.
Delicious medicinal tea.
Yeah.
Tastes like good berry.
He tells you. He's all. Can you taste the ginkgo biloba in it?
Oh. No, I haven't. I don't know the flavor.
He says, well, that's part of the flavor.
Is he drinking the tea as well? He's drinking.
Oh, this is Anki. He's very trustworthy.
I know.
Yeah. It tastes great. Really good tea, Anki. It's helping me with my memory.
It's all good. Great. He's like, oh yes. Oh, now that I'm drinking this, I remember. He says, hold on a second, and then he walks up the stairs, leaves you guys downstairs for a moment, and he comes back downstairs. And he's got a piece of cloth, and he unwraps the cloth, and in his hands is a rapier.
Oh.
And he hands it to you. And he goes, Efi, this was your father's.
Oh my.
He says, I took it back when he died. After all, I'm the one that made it for him.
After what?
He says, after all, I'm the one that made it for him.
Oh.
Oh.
Anki, I'm so glad we ran into you randomly in that street.
He says, I am too. What a crazy coincidence. Although some people say there's no coincidences in the Feywild.
It's true. I look over at Hugh, who coincidentally showed up right in front of us when we arrived here. Well, I'll unwrap the rapier and
It's a
examine it.
rapier. It appears to be made of mithril,
Ooh.
Ooh!
and it's called silver sting.
Ooh!
So it has a silver property,
Uh-huh.
and it is also made of mithril.
And is it light?
Yes.
Well, that is a beauty.
Is it any other properties to it?
No, that's it.
What does it look like?
It looks extremely nice. It's exquisite looking.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it feels like nothing in your hand. As you swing it around like that, he's like, "Oh, are you a blade singer like your father?"
I am. And
He says, "I always knew it. I always knew you'd grow up that way. And everybody always thought you were going to take after your mother. I always thought you'd take after your father."
no, I'm not a lady of the forge. I'm a lady of the dance. Well, I have my mother's hammer and my father's sword. I couldn't feel closer to the monkey.
He says, "Well, I'm glad to see you." He says, "Do any of you have to rest? Or is it just him? What's his name, by the way?"
This one's Hugh.
No, his name.
This one's Ryan.
Ryan. Well, looks incredibly tired.
It's true. It's true, he's asleep. I wanted to put a berry in his mouth, but then I thought better of it.
You see, he says, you used to do that to me when you were a kid.
I used to put a berry in your mouth when you were asleep.
Yep. He says sometimes he'd throw a cherry in my mouth.
I'm
And then
reliving the
And
past.
then you'd go, wake up, Unky.
Unky, do you know how we can regain our memories? I'd like to remember some of this natively in my mind.
He tells you, well, depends on how you lost it. Do you have any idea what happened?
I think I was kidnapped to the material plane
He says,
by
disaster?
disaster.
Oh, you know this disaster.
He says, that's what I thought probably happened. He says, well, I'm glad you made it back. It's unfortunate though. He says that if that's how you lost your memories, you may have to go back to where you left the Feywild. They might still be there. He says also, powerful archfey might be able to bring them back for you. Or, there's always wish spells. He says there is some kind of concoction, like a potion that can do it. But it's extremely rare, and those that have it, it's extremely expensive. That's what he says.
Do you know the exact location where they were when?
He says no. He says there's someplace north of the city, in the Silver Woods. I think what happened. It's like, well, I'm just glad you made it back. I don't know exactly the circumstances, but it's a good thing. I'm just glad disaster's gone.
When was the last time that you guys had any altercation with disaster?
He's like, when EP's father took care of him. He says 25 years ago.
Oh, you haven't seen him in that long?
Yeah.
Well, we've got some bad news. Disaster's back.
Says that, how? Your father vanished.
Well, it appears he's come back over to this side of things.
He says that shouldn't be possible. Unless he found some kind of key to get back. Something that would end his banishment.
What kind of things are those normally? I'm not very familiar with all those.
He says, well, with
Multi-dimensional.
the banishment of that power level, usually there has to be some kind of condition involved that's powerful enough to keep them away, so they never make it back to the Feywild. He tells you that disaster was an archfey. He's extremely powerful.
Yes.
He says you can't kill him.
No.
He says not in the Feywild. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
He says if you try to kill him, he'll just come back. He'll be back in a day or two. He'll reform.
Mm-hmm.
He says, but we sent him to the material plane, hoping that he would be there for eternity.
Do you know why disaster was banished specifically?
He tried to overthrow a city, murdered a lot of people.
Do people normally get banished for that here? Because it seems like there's a lot of wars.
I think he probably personally killed over 5,000 people. I mean, he does call himself the Archfey of Murder.
Mm. And what? How is one powerful enough to banish such a being?
Well, I think Yuffie's father sacrificed himself to do it.
Is that how he died?
Yeah, I believe so.
He just sacrificed himself for the banishment spell.
He used his own life force to do it, yes.
And do you think a condition of him returning to the Feywild might be, for example, someone related to my father inviting him?
Maybe.
Interesting.
With that level of magic that my father used to sacrifice himself, he must have left some kind of signature at the place where it happened,
Probably.
and we could follow it.
Maybe.
So how did Disaster kidnap me at the last minute?
He says, my understanding is he broke into your house and just grabbed you, killed your mother.
Take my little light hammer. I want him dead. That means getting him back to the material plane and killing him there.
He says if you're actually going to kill him for good, that's probably the only way to do it. I don't think he would go willingly, not at this point.
Is there anything that can kill an archfey, like another archfey or something like that?
I mean, they fight all the time, but it's almost impossible to destroy. He says, I've never even heard of another archfey dying before. He says, it doesn't mean it hasn't happened. He just doesn't remember it happening. Mirrors, did you finish reading that?
Yes.
What's your answer?
Do I recognize this individual?
No.
Is it the same voice I heard before?
No.
So it's a different voice.
Yes.
Okay. Am I allowed to ask who this person is?
You can just answer it as you want. It's a yes or no.
I can't ask a question.
You're in a dream.
Oh. I'll say no thanks.
How's Bo and Aoife looking after the tea?
Oh,
They
they
seem
look
totally
okay.
normal.
Bo, you're like, I think this is working. I can remember when my sister got that couch away. That was a long time ago. That's what Bo thinks.
What happened? That's what you dreamed?
No,
No.
that's what I remember after drinking tea.
Oh. Huh. Do I remember anything?
You don't remember anything.
Do you have any tea? I have not. I'll have some.
You have some? Okay. I'm just drinking my tea too. In the meantime, does anybody else want to do it?
I already did a lot. Does
Yeah,
anyone
right.
want to do something?
I think when I'm done with the tea, I'll find a place to like lay down on the floor and rest like mirrors.
He grabs you some pillows and a blanket. says,
Hugh
okay,
hands you a baggie of 12 gold or 20 gold
He tells
pieces.
you this is the.
I always pay my debts.
Oh, wonderful. You are a gentleman.
Plush is part of the run.
True gentleman.
Okay.
Unky, we're also trying to find Bo's family.
So Bo goes to sleep, and he goes, "Oh, really? What about Bo's family?
Well,
Let me know when you're done with that."
Yeah, ready when you are.
I'll tell him what I know about the clan that was banished, and that he was with them in the material plane before he came here, and that we're looking for him. So
He
whatever.
says that's interesting. He says, "Yeah, there's not a whole lot of Goliaths in Feywild anymore." That's what he says. Maybe his family around, but I wouldn't know. I mean, so you're saying you were down by Harrowham?
Mm-hmm.
It's so far away. He says, "I've never been there."
The king teleported us here.
Yeah, that's interesting. Are you done reading it?
Yeah.
Okay. You're done, you're done. All right, as soon as Mears is done, you see him wake up and he's screaming,
I'm going.
and then he kind of composes himself.
Oh,
Seems
Usually
like
I was kind of doing this when I just kind of relaxed.
he seems to have had a nightmare.
you have a bad dream, buddy.
What'd you dream about?
Scary stuff. But it was just a dream.
I almost put a cherry in your mouth while you were asleep, but then I didn't.
Ah, I would have liked that.
You would have liked to eat the food.
Mhm.
Oh,
I'm Faye. I can eat it.
here, say ah.
They're all having tea that helps with memories, supposedly. I haven't had any
Did you
yet
finish reading?
myself.
Ah, oh, memory tea.
You want to hand it back?
Well, when I wake up, would they see the thing?
Huh?
When I wake up, would they see the thing above me?
No.
Okay.
You suddenly you see Bo's like sleeping there, and then suddenly Bo wakes up. He's like, oh, and he kind of wipes some sweat off his brow. Do you go back to sleep, or do you stay awake?
I think I'll just kind of look around the room and then I'll grab the toy cow a little bit firmer and go back to sleep.
Okay. When you go back to sleep. That's what you dream about.
How
did
long
you
was I
want to
asleep
go
for?
back- Not very long.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, so not a long rest. Okay.
Did you want to go back to sleep? And get a full
Yeah.
Rest? Yeah.
So I eat the cherry and.
Ooh.
You got a second piece of paper?
All right, so I think I'm gonna then, now that people are dropping off, two of them, I want to stake out like what I consider to be a safe corner to be like go work my way in where there's things protected on the side or whatever, and probably go like. Hate to be rude, having just met you, but we do need to get some
He
guys.
said, no, it's understandable. I mean, after the crazy adventures that you just told me you had, I can understand.
Yes, it's been quite a night. We did not get much rest.
Yeah, it
at all.
doesn't sound like you've rested in a couple days.
I'll stay
Not
awake
properly
and
anyway.
make sure everything's okay and clean my armor really good and my shield and my mace. So I'm all spick and span after my
He's like,
shower.
that's quite a nice shield you got there. He says, and that's also quite a nice shield you got there. He says, oh, that's also quite a nice shield you got there. So many shields. You must be a very defensive person.
Unky, do you have any other relics of my parents here?
He says, not that I can remember off the top of my head, but if I can remember anything or come across something, I'll definitely give it to you.
And is there anyone else who I was really close to growing up that's around that you remember?
He says, you were so shy, I don't know. Maybe somebody in school. You weren't in school very long before you disappeared. Because your mother always used to look after you, and when your father was having to travel so much, and so we would take opposite shifts most of the time, so that way I could keep an eye on you.
Well, I suppose I'll go meditate and make sure that I'm as refreshed as the rest.
So Hugh, what do you do exactly?
I serve our Lord.
Oh, which lord is that?
Holy crap, I gotta look it up.
And that's what he says. Oh, crap.
Oh crap! Somebody's actually asking me about my religion. I'm just a cleric, for God's sake.
Dawn Father, Pelor.
He says, "Oh, interesting." He says, "So you like the sunlight, fire,
Yes.
light." He says, "I can relate to that." He says, "The forge has quite a lot of fire. It's very hot." He says, "You get used to it after a while, though. It takes time."
Well, in the morning I'll tell you all something that I dreamed. Oh, you want it back?
Oh no, she's gonna give me hers. You don't actually dream. You trance. You don't have dreams.
But in the morning I'll talk about it with y'all. So is everybody asleep?
Except for Hugh. Hugh's awake.
I'm cleaning all my stuff.
Well, I'm trancing.
He says, "Hugh, so what do you do for fun?"
Serve our Lord.
He's a gas.
So you like these shields?
He said, "Oh yeah, they're quite nice."
They're for sale.
Oh, they're for sale. It tells you, maybe you can go across town. Go to the market at Mistwood Road.
The market at Mistwood Road.
Yes, yeah, it's just outside the city walls. It says there's a lot of stuff for sale over there. Maybe you can bargain for something.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I go on cleaning all my stuff.
They're all clean. They're very clean. I know you're rested, Hugh, but did you want to take a nap too?
Sure, a quick nap.
All right, Mears. You are the first one awake. Oh no, actually, Aoife's awake first. Because Aoife is in a trance and it's fast. So.
I leave my trance.
So you wake up, or you come out of your trance, and you see Donkey Fern sitting in a chair. He looks kind of tired, kind of sleepy. But he's like, hey, Aoife, so, I'm always impressed with how elves are able to do that. It'd be great to actually doze off. Closes his eyes.
Did you stay up all night while we were all sleeping?
He says, yeah, just making sure you guys are ready.
So basically we should have taken watches so that you could have slept.
Oh no, it's not need to worry about that.
Well, sleep well, I'll watch it.
He says, okay. He kind of slowly walks up the stairs.
Oh, we gotta see what mood I'm in now. I should do winter, because I haven't done it in a while. One is spring. Spring, summer, winter. Nope, spring, summer, fall. Well, fall is boring, I already did fall. I'm gonna be winter, I haven't done
So, Mirrors, you wake up, you see Aoife is up.
Long rested?
Yeah. You don't see Donkey Fern.
But I know that Unky Fern is sleeping, right?
Yeah,
Okay, sorry, I wake up.
yeah. And you see Aoife in the living room with everybody else.
Everyone's awake?
No, only you and Aoife are awake so far.
Me and who? Sorry.
Me.
Ah.
Donkey Fern's not in the room.
My baby's having a worse time sleeping.
Oh no.
Oh, my wife
Interesting
probably has
nightmare.
headphones on right now.
Are you done?
Yes.
You done with yours? Yep. So, I believe you're the next to wake up. And then it'd be Tinny. Let me know when you're done with that. All right, Tinny's awake. And then not long after, Hugh wakes up.
Do you want these?
Yeah, I'll take those. So everybody's awake, although Monkey Fern does not seem to be awake yet.
Unky Fern really didn't start sleeping until I woke up, so he's got some much needed rest to catch up on. I don't know about you all, but I had a dream. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be in winter mode. Sorry, I'll get there. I had a dream that I saw that the reason that disaster destroyed the Hall of Records was because he took something.
What did he take?
I don't know. He was carrying something. But he destroyed it because he was taking something from there. So, I don't know how we could use that or what that means, but
it's of use. But I've got to change my accent.
What's the for you Fey familiar people? What's the level of like relationship to dream in this place in terms of like trustworthiness or information?
I
The
don't
dreams
know.
seem to be.
I was kidnapped from here. Never got to grow up here. Only he knows.
I dreamed about raiders destroying my village.
The football team?
Is that a
No.
common dream for you?
Is that a memory or something you're afraid of happening? Or how do you place that?
I think it might be a memory.
Well, seems all of us have had death and loss in our pasts. It's very sad. Where's your family? I don't know.
How'd you sleep, Bo?
Not great, I guess.
No.
I think I remember where at least part of my family might be. Some cow with red eyes and a small and a big changeling. They took her through this portal for a circus. I don't really know what else to say about that, I guess. Maybe the Feywild is where the portal led. Just since I think this is the only other place I've seen changelings. And then I had a dream about the queen,
Oh yeah?
Queen Lucra. Yeah.
What about her?
This one's queen? This location's queen?
No,
No.
Brannor's queen, the
Brannor's
imprisoned one.
She was crying and asking us to fulfill her promise. Or asking someone. I guess I don't really know who.
Huh.
That they were cursed and branded by that curse. Her and Branor.
As well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's cursed?
Queen Lucra in the tower locked away, and Branor, the Fomorian king we saw.
What are they cursed with? I feel like we're all cursed.
I guess. I don't know what kind of curse. It did say branded though. Maybe they have a mark.
Branded by whom?
It didn't say.
Strange. Everything's strange here.
So in your dream, the promise she wanted fulfilled, is it to find him an opponent and get them married, or to free her, or did you have a sense of like what she wanted?
The words were spaced strangely, as though there might have been a meaning in between that. But from what I read, it said that that he was to marry her, and she wanted him to keep his promise, and that they were cursed. Oh, and that she wanted his heart.
Oh.
That thing that I read, did I read that in the dream?
Which part?
The brown part.
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible for me to write it out? Word for word?
Maybe. Which one was it? How did the dream start?
It started, I saw an austere elf looking out our window and a deep voice behind her talking.
Okay.
Did you have a dream,
Oh, yeah.
Tabitha?
Yeah, a couple.
What did you dream about?
Like,
Well,
so while you guys are talking, you see me pull out one of my calligraphy set. And I start writing.
interestingly, I too had a dream about the queen, so that feels interesting. And it was actually about her and Branor and their like escape from a battle, and he protected her, and how he defeated this other king. There was a huge, and they like raised darkness out of their eyes, but he defeated another king kind of in protection of her. That's how I understood it. And then and then I had another dream.
Do you remember the name of the king?
Yes, it was Malabog,
Malabog?
I wanna say. Yeah.
Your dreams are really strange.
Just no dreams for you?
Well, I don't dream. I meditate.
Oh.
So I did have a trance, and I did see some visions.
Oh, what were the visions like?
Basically, just disaster, and me killing disaster, and disaster calling me sister over and over again. But the one new thing that I saw was the disaster took something from the Hall of Records and was reading it and was angry, and then he squished it.
Can I roll perception or investigation retroactively to
On
try to
your own
see
dream?
what was in his hand?
No.
There was something in his hand that he took from the Hall of Records. I don't know what it was.
You woke up with a fright earlier. What was that all about?
I saw this.
Whoa! Wow. That is quite a skill.
Yes, your ability to perfectly recall everything you see is quite amazing. Only I had an ability like that. Can't even dream like you all.
I guess that makes me better than you.
Yes, clearly. What's the point, really? My parents are dead. May as well die myself. My only relative is the god of murder.
That's fun.
Yes. Perhaps I'll praise him by dying. What is this?
Well, he seems to have a copy of the letter that was much like the letter that I read, but it has a lot more words filling in that changes the meaning.
Well, it sounds like the one that I've read. Do you remember when I read it? It was very full of letters.
You had very full of letters, yes. I
Yes.
think this one sounds a lot more like yours. But
Well, I could verify that for you.
yeah.
I don't have his mind, but I do have mine.
In my dream, Queen wants us to help her. And not help King Raynor. She says he's keeping her captive. And she came up with that idea of him fighting somebody so that he can be killed and she can be free. She says if we help her, she'll reward us because she'll be the new queen of her lands.
So this is what you got.
Well, it's pretty strange because you dreamed that Branor defended her, and you dreamed that she needed freeing, and then you dreamed that
They share a curse and she wants his heart.
they share a curse from Malabog.
Malabog wasn't mentioned in my dream.
She said if we help Raynor, she'll curse us.
But all those people, all the workers in that place have that symbol, right? That thing they did to them too.
Yes. The cursed slavery symbol of Branor. Well, this is the same letter that I've read.
Did you dream about the queen?
No. Fiery raid in my village. People killed.
Do you know who the raiders were, where they were from, who they were working for?
I don't have any of that. I think it's a dream from my childhood. I think. Did it strike me that way?
Yeah. It seems like something you remember, possibly.
Well, in your dream was the changeling couple. You said there's a
I'll let you read it one more time
There was a small one and a big one.
was a big one, very big.
I don't know.
Well, I suppose you're very big, so your sense of scale might be different than mine.
I'm with you. Definitely.
I was young in my dream,
I had a dream where I was young too,
so I wasn't as tall yet, I don't think.
but I also had a dream about what could have been my parents, but it also seemed that they were circus folk.
You also knew changelings in a circus?
Yeah. Well, according to my dream, yes, but it's a changelings have complicated early lives. But it sounds similar. One was small and one was very large.
I don't know how many changelings are involved with circuses, but it sounds like a lead.
So,
So this rapier that you gave me, does it qualify as magical?
No.
So, silvered.
Yes.
Silvered and light and mithril.
remember anything else from your dream?
From my dream?
Yeah.
No. It was just a vivid dream of my childhood
Oh, but
when the raiders killed my family.
that's terrible. What a generally terrible slew of dreams. And something really scared you.
Me?
Yeah.
I just had a scary dream of the forest when we were chasing the bear.
Oh yeah? Just remembering that fight? It was pretty scary.
When that spider came out.
Oof. Yeah. You got it good though.
Mm. I cling my thing. Pew pew pew.
Wow.
Anybody want to go to a market?
Ooh. Me.
You feel like shopping?
I'd like to sell my extra shields.
Ah.
I'm $20 poorer because of the debt I repaid.
I really appreciate you coming back for that.
Eva, do you have a petunia?
You're a stand-up kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Could I hold her for a second?
May I ask why?
I want to pet her beautiful feathers.
I'll pass. Unless you have a better explanation as to why.
I'm curious about this curse mark. I want to see what happens if I draw it on her.
No, thank you.
Can I try it on you?
No, thank you. But I do have an idea. What if you try it on yourself?
I can't see what I'm doing.
I think you can. You just always just hold up a mirror and take a look.
Bo, can I try something?
Sure.
Okay. Can you put your head down? I'm gonna use my finger. I'm gonna draw that cursed mark on his forehead.
You just draw it on there?
Yeah.
With your finger?
Yeah, with my Illuminator tattoo finger.
Okay. So you tattoo his head with the symbol?
Yeah.
Alright. It's not glowing like the ones that you saw.
Is anything happening
No.
to Bo?
No.
Oh.
But Bo does have a tattoo on his forehead now.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do?
Nothing. And then I use the illusionary script to wipe it away.
You're very trusting, Bo. Very, very trusting guy.
I mean, we've been traveling for a while now. I feel like I can trust you guys, right?
Maybe not Mears. Mears crushed a guy's leg with an elephant.
He lied to us. He deserved it.
Mears seems to have a different set of morals than those that I fully understand, so I just want to be very careful with him.
He told us, he swore to us that he didn't know how to change, and that he changed. That's a punishable offense.
Who?
Bob the Baron.
Oh, yeah.
People
You
change.
agree, right? You agree. It's like, had to be broken. That is the rule.
So it's
Bo wants to come.
I'm gonna turn that off. So it's morning, and we've all had some strange dreams. I dreamt that Disaster found something in the thing, and Bo got a lead on where his parents might be, maybe.
My sister,
Your sister.
not my parents.
And where, did you just saw the portal and the cow with red eyes?
I went through the forest to chase the cow that had gotten lost. And then I saw the cow with red eyes. And it shifted into some kind of humanoid form. And then I saw two changelings, the small one and the big one. And they were talking about taking my sister to the circus. And that if she doesn't work out there, then they can sell her or something, I think. And then they jumped in a portal.
Did you have a sense of where the forest was?
The forest? I don't think so. It was just a forest.
What did the circus look like?
I didn't get to see it.
We were just talking about it.
So maybe we'll hear something about a circus here, and that could be where your family is.
My sister.
Yeah, well, that would be probably the most important thing to you, right?
It's one of them.
So maybe we'll hear something about a circus here. And we got 3 conflicting messages about the Queen and the King, so we'll have to continue to find out more. You just dreamt about your childhood. No mysteries from you, except for how you got here and what happened to you. So
You would like to go shopping.
we've got a shopping request on the docket, and for me, I feel like my goal is still similar to try to find the spot. The spot where Disaster was banished, so I can get my memories back, which could be helpful to all of us.
You guys said something about a memory tea?
Yes, it's right there. The dregs of it are.
And I'll drink whatever's left.
Okay. It's kind of nasty. It's been sitting all night.
Okay, I'll use my spoon, my delicious spoon.
Yeah.
We also had, maybe some of these fairies of the Sealy Court might have some more powerful magics from memory or something.
Oh, I accidentally switched back my accent.
Well, I suppose there's nothing else to do but go shopping. Shall we shop?
Would it be beneficial? You said one of the things, I mean, I know we want to find this space and where in the forest it happened, but that your old house is here, but it got sold to other people. Is that right?
What do you look like this morning?
Oh, I'm saying Tabitha.
Hi, Tabitha.
Hi.
That is interesting. There could be something left in my old house. But there could also just be people there.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should go shopping first.
Shopping? That's great.
Let's go. And you see me rip off something from my cloak. It becomes a sack of coins.
Oh, lovely.
I start to do like.
We should maybe leave a note for your uncle so that he knows where we went.
Well, I did tell him that I would watch him while he's sleeping.
Oh.
So maybe we should go
You said you would watch it.
a little later. Well, okay. I suppose I could just stay here and watch him.
How much longer do you think he needs to sleep for?
Well, he probably wants to sleep at least 6 hours.
Why did he need to be watched? He doesn't like to sleep alone.
Well, I told him I would. Because he watched us all night while we sleep.
Oh.
Where's he sleeping anyway?
Oh, right over there.
Upstairs.
Right over there.
Can I go
Upstairs.
up on him?
You can try, yeah.
Alright.
Alright, you go up there, you see a small bedroom. High or low?
Hi.
Alright, you go up there and you see him. He seems to be laying in bed.
Okay. I'll go back downstairs. Looks like he's sleeping. I kind of got scared and thought maybe he was like a werebear or something.
Oh, well.
The last old man we saw, he was naked, but he was also a werebear, so.
Nothing is as it seems here.
Is there
And
anything in this
everyone's
room,
dead.
like pictures or?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, after you start looking around through stuff, you see some, like a little pocket-sized painting, him and some other gnomes, and then like another one that has a whole bunch of people at the forge. There's like a whole bunch of people at the forge, and you see him holding like a little sign that says "Congratulations on 500 years of service."
How long do gnomes live?
They live a long time. It's like Galadrin do. A long time.
More than 500 years, right?
To reflect on the futility of existence.
So more than 500 years, right?
That's right.
Okay, I got worried.
You're like, this is your day.
We're gonna come back.
No.
Oh no.
He'll
Working
live
at
a
the same
little
place.
longer, but he's old. Well, if you all want to go shopping, I'll stay here. Could any of you telepathize with me while you're out there?
Oh,
I could, but only up to 60 feet.
I can.
Yes.
Hold on.
My familiar is only 100 feet. Ah, yes.
I can.
You have that ability, don't
Within
you?
a mile. But don't.
Oh, well, if you want to waste that ability on me, then you can talk to me while I sit here and watch Unky
Sure.
Yeah.
Fern.
Wait, maybe you could read this.
Certainly, I knew him well.
I pull and reach into my cloak and I pull out the book with the all sight symbol on it. Do you remember we picked that up? This is like very early. we were at that corpse burning place,
Uh-huh.
and there was a guy that was like rummaging through it,
Uh-huh.
and I stole this book off of him because it had that symbol on it.
Hmm.
I haven't looked at it since. So I said, oh, you gotta read this.
Okay. I'll read this book. By the All Sight organization.
I believe that's what it was. That tiefling question told us about it.
It don't cost me nothing to.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like back in like.
whisper to 'em.
There were people that were searching bodies on behalf of some organization that wants to know things. Yes, I'll read that book. But,
Yeah, it doesn't cost me nothing. Absolutely.
now our minds are
If
connected.
you're willing.
Please, I give you consent.
Girl talk.
Hello. Did you know that existence is futile?
Oh, only today. Let's talk about it tomorrow.
Today is a bad day. Enjoy your shopping. I'm going to think about how my parents are dead.
Let me know if there's anything I
And
should
how
Have
the
fun.
murder is unkillable.
If I find any sensuous scarves or anything, I'll pick it up
Yes,
for you.
obviously I would love a magical rapier, or magical short sword, or magical studded leather. If you find magical studded leather, I'd love that. But now we have a clairvoyant connection, so I don't need to give you a shopping
I'll
list.
just tell you when I see things.
Just go have
You want
fun.
that? You want this?
Yes, wonderful. Almost wonderful, but actually very sad. Have fun, I'm going to watch this gnome.
Alright.
He's my uncle. The
Have a
only
good
family
feast.
I have left.
Maurice, I'm just gonna stand over here next to you.
Enjoy shopping. I'll be here.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys head out. You travel almost a mile to the south.
Stay on the fringe of the market.
The south east of the city to the Mistwood Road Marketplace.
Debbie, I hand you the bag of coins. Make sure no one steals that.
Alright.
There's lots of people here. There's lots of stalls. There's also lots of buildings that are things for sale as well. Is there anything particular you guys are looking for?
I want to sell my extra shields.
Okay, so you want to sell your shields for money?
Or maybe trade it for something.
Yeah, I have some stuff just looking to trade.
Now, what are you guys looking for?
I think I just want to ask about the circus. I'm looking for information.
You're looking for information. You can do a charisma check.
So 14 on the die. Plus 0 charisma. That's a 14.
14. So, somebody says, well, there's a lot of circuses. Like, what kind of circus are you?
Have you heard of any circuses with Goliath or changelings?
No, I don't think so.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, he tells you that there hasn't been any circuses here in a very long time, but I mean, they exist. And that kind of seems to be the consensus that you find out.
Okay.
So is the priority to sell off items, or is the priority to find items?
I would like to trade for some new enchanted items.
Such as?
Stuff I don't have to attune to.
Such do you have magical things
Well, are you,
don't
okay,
require
so
tea.
you're looking to barter something to get something,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing in particular, as long as you don't have to attune to it.
Oh,
Is that what you're telling me?
unless I give you a specific list. Is that what you're asking for?
Well, I'm asking if you're looking for a specific item.
Oh,
Because basically I have a search table.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you guys are allowed a certain amount of time searching, depending on how long you guys want to stay.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was like.
Things you may or may not be able to find what you're looking for.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it was just.
And a lot of it's going to depend on rarity.
I'll tell you in a second. Sorry.
Sure.
I thought it was gonna be like a thing where like you go to like a jewelry store and it's like laid out. I get to pick.
What about mithril scale mail?
Mithril scales. Is that what you want to look for?
Sure.
Okay, so that's. How long are you guys going to stay in the marketplace?
How much time
A
it is
year.
for going to sleep?
Well, he needs at least 6 hours of sleep. So
And he had just
it's
gone
like
to sleep
5
when we
hours.
woke up.
No,
Oh my
max. yeah.
gracious.
I'm gonna want to watch him for at least 5 hours.
Yeah.
So how long are you guys going to search the marketplace?
4 hours. Whatever you guys want.
Yeah, go shopping. Come on.
Can you do
Right.
4 hours?
Yeah, sounds
Sure.
good.
Search that. Search
Okay,
that.
so
search
you can
that.
lurk for a maximum of 5 items. That's what you can attempt as a group.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 items each. Got it.
No, 5
No.
items total.
Nice try.
Rats. Sorry, I'm trying. This thing is
I
not
can't
loading.
think of anything I want to need.
I would like studded leather armor that has some property to it.
Oh, Hugh, you said first. What was it you
Okay.
wanted?
Mithril scale mail.
Mithril scale mail. Does anybody know the rarity on that? Is that
It's very common.
I can tell
Is it
you.
very common?
Is it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It's uncommon.
Okay. Uncommon. You can do an investigation check.
Ooh, I'm really, really good at investigation.
Yeah.
I can help you.
Really good.
Really good. This is super high intelligence score. Oh.
Okay. +5. Oh shit.
Damn.
24.
Oh yeah, you do find a place that has it. In fact, they have multiples.
How much? You want to trade for some shields?
They say what kind of shields do you have?
It's a plus. I have a shield of bashing and a +1 shield.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll trade you for the shield.
Will you tell? Will you tell? Will you tell?
He says either of these shields. I'll take either of these shields if you want.
You could take the +1.
Magic
All right,
stuff.
I'll take the +1.
Will you
Okay.
tell?
Deal.
Hugh?
All right, he's like, yeah, go ahead.
Will you tell?
This, I hope it helps you. You guys have 4 items left that you can search.
Will you ask Hugh if he'll trade one of his shields for something for me?
Hugh.
I'll give him some of my gold.
Aoife is on the lookout for
What about
something.
coming
I don't know if you.
What does she
have
like? What does
everything
she
you need.
want?
She would really like a magical studded leather,
Yeah.
and especially if it was something fetching, like with an exquisite, sensuous cut,
Or
or a magic rapier. Let me not make too big of a list.
a cloak of protection or a luck stone.
Mm.
But I think all of those require attunement.
Mm.
Ooh, okay, I know what I want.
What's
I'm already attuned to everything. So yeah. I'm already full of attunement.
full up?
See if they can find something that expands my attunement slots. Or I could just die. Here it is. Yeah, ring of evasion, ring of free action, and ring of mind shielding. I want to keep all of those.
Ring of small man.
What?
I said ring of small man in a ring.
Ah, yes, yes. I have to use that to talk to him.
In a bonus action. Oh, there's rare +1 studded leather armor that doesn't require attunement. That seems pretty good. I feel very slow and sleepy and quiet tonight.
Well, winter doesn't
You
help.
are Eva. You are Eva.
Take a nap, Eva.
But I kind of don't mind
Yeah, it's nice.
playing D&D in a very sleepy, slow way.
It's generally always how I feel.
You were hella sleepy on Sunday, or no, Saturday. Saturday you were super sleepy. I'm gonna check on the fam. Do we want to like just take a 5-minute break while he's going to the bathroom, or
Yes.
just wait for him? So there's something I found, but I'm looking for for a studded leather that has any property, but I did find glamored studded leather that's a +1 and doesn't require attunement. That would be rarity.
Okay.
So that.
And it just, Dave, to remind me, I bartered the +1 shield is what I traded.
Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Out of my inventory.
I think I'm gonna look for some gauntlets of ogre power,
Ooh.
so I can finally add more than 2 to my strength.
Okay, so we got the armor. He wants to look for studded leather, which is rare. What's the rarity on overpower?
Uncommon.
Who's gonna look for the? studded-
I'll look for the studded leather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do a investigation.
Oh shit.
What did you get?
12.
No, you can't find that. Who wants to roll for gauntlets of overpower? I'm assuming it's you.
I think I'll roll.
What are you rolling?
Investigation.
It's investigation.
I will help.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I'll tell you in a second. Let me get my investigation here. I think it's +4. I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so what's the?
How do you have that?
How do I have a
How-
+4 investigation?
Yeah. Oh,
It
just
was
your
almost
intelligence
a nat
probably is
20,
high.
but
It does, but
went
I
to
also,
an 8.
it's one of the things I picked for that I'm proficient
All
in.
right. So
Right.
you've got 2 more left.
Me too.
Okay, 10, sorry, for investigation.
10? Okay.
Yeah.
So not much better.
I would like to find either a bag of holding, an efficient quiver, or a decanter of endless water. All
Well,
of those are common.
You can pick 2 left.
Oh, 2 left.
No, 1, because if I want something.
Well, what do you
with
want?
each getting one.
I haven't decided yet. but-
Should I roll my own investigation, or should
It's
she
already-
roll
it's
for
already-
me?
I rolled
for you
for
and
you,
it
got it
failed.
very good, and it didn't fly.
Why do
I
I get to
rolled-
roll my investigation?
Because you're not there.
Let's do a decanter of endless water.
Okay.
It's common
It's common.
and does not require to.
Okay. Roll what up?
Can I use my inspiration to help?
Sure.
Does that give me advantage?
I guess it does.
Oh, and guidance? Dang.
Actually, we can make it easy. You don't know what yours is yet. You don't know your rarity, right?
Huh? Oh.
23.
Yeah, you find it.
Woo. Thanks for the guidance.
What do you have to trade?
I have a number of things. I can trade. I have a ring of swimming, which is also a common item.
They'll take that.
Okay. Traded. So I will remove that. Yeah, I will add decanter of endless water. Woot, woot, woot.
no!
No, stomach.
I hate it when that happens.
You hate it when you are suddenly beset by stomach issues that
Yep.
attack you in the stomach
Yep.
and make you fall to the ground.
Yep. I too have a tender tummy.
Tender tummy.
Yeah. But hey, I got us a decanter of endless water.
Ooh. That's nice.
So what did you roll?
I rolled a 7, and I'm +5.
Man.
I almost rolled a nat 20. It wanted to be a nat 20, and then it rolled along the wall, hit the 8.
So I could either look for something for myself, or I could ask if I can look for Aoife's armor. The one thing I could think of that I would look for was if I could find a weapon of warning.
Yeah, weapon of warning is the best thing ever.
That'd be cool.
Here's the thing, metagaming wise. When he joined this game, he was like, "You guys have way too many magic items. I'm gonna be really sparing with how many
Got
magic
it.
items."
So
I
maybe
give
I'll
you."
look for your and I don't know how many magic things I have, so maybe I'll see if I can look for armor for you again if that's helpful.
Apparently, I have the most out of all of us.
You got a lot of stuff going
Yeah.
on over there. You got all
I've got
sorts of packets and
Bunch
blackets.
of crazy shit too. I've got all these great rings.
Yeah.
That first dude was just the second dude in a way, but the first dude was just giving shit out.
So now we're in a place where magic is haywire and Archface can kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to give up my magic items at the
Oh yeah, you were like, hell no.
place.
I put nothing in a locker.
Yeah, because I thought that was just going to be an excuse like, oh, well, all your stuff's
And it's gone. No! Oi.
So, what do you guys think we should do next in the game? Like, did we actually learn anything new from these dreams?
Well, I think
Yeah, I think there's some guidance there. Not my dream, but your guys' dreams.
I mean, we all had. Most of us had the dream about the queen again.
That freaking king sounds like he needs to get whacked.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
You
she's
agree?
Yeah.
probably trying to contact us through those dreams.
But didn't you dream that they were both cursed?
Yeah, that they were both cursed.
And that, so maybe he's, innocent, and then you dreamt that he was
He's
trying
a-
to defend her?
He's not innocent,
Right.
he's an ass. Right?
Well, he is now. Maybe he's cursed to be an ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I dreamt that I saw the thing take place where the queen was being held captive, and Brainard's like, isn't this I gave you everything, why wouldn't you marry me? I gave you this, I gave you that. She's like, tell you what, if you could find someone to fight to the death and you win, I'll marry you.
Is the king an archfey? Is he gonna come back if he dies, or is he just another dude?
I don't think he's an
from
archer.
Morian, right?
He's a big giant from under the ground. I don't think he's an archfey.
He may not be an archway, but he's definitely the leader of his domain,
Yeah,
which is, we have to cross a small river to get to. That's his area.
yeah.
So
But
maybe
who's
he has
Malabog?
dominion of that area.
Who's Malabog? They were fighting Malabog?
That's
yeah, I
who
didn't
he
see Malabar.
well, because Malabar wanted her,
Uh-huh.
and then Dats and Branwar fought Malabor so he wouldn't take her.
Maybe he's related
Which
to the
I didn't know if
curse.
that was his dad, he was or the previous king or whatever. Which I haven't. It sounded familiar, but I don't remember from our
I don't know
lore,
if we looked him up in the Hall
Yeah.
of Records kind of thing.
going back and.
Well, now the Hall Records is smush.
Yeah.
But there's also things about my dream that I'm choosing not to tell you guys yet.
Oh no!
No, why? Because it's personal.
Who knows what Mears is doing?
I know, and Mears.
What?
All of Mears' secrets and
Mears
traps.
seems like he's not communicating everything about his dreams.
I told you guys what my dream was.
It's the
It's
most
like the
detailed of
That was
any
the
of
only
us.
dream?
Yeah.
Did
You
It's
provided
like
a
the line,
detailed
I shared
accounting.
everything.
Yeah.
She shared a little bit less. He didn't share anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you everything about mine. It's my sister, stabby stabby.
I told you what you needed to know.
Do you need another mithril rapier now? Or are you just going to just shorten a rapier? Short sword and a rapier.
The problem with my family rapier is that it's not a magical weapon. A non-magical rapier has exactly the same average damage as the +1 short sword that I have now, but it's not a magical rapier. So I'm gonna use it because it's my family weapon. But if
But
we
can you as a
fight,
wizard
Do you
enchant it?
fight with 2 weapons?
yeah.
So
Well,
now
that's
it's
why I wanted it to be light.
it's a short sword and a rapier now.
Yeah, and it upgrades my damage slightly. Instead of having a +1 short sword and a +1 dagger, I have a silvered rapier and a +1 short sword, and that is +1 average damage total.
Sure.
But the rapier is not magic, so if something is immune to non-magical damage, then it does nothing. And I switch it out for my dagger. +1 dagger. So anybody else curious about Malabog?
Yeah.
So that's the only dream that mentioned him, and it didn't say anything about him, except that he's bad and that they fought against him.
And
Then they
Malabog is the king?
He was another
He
king.
looked like a king, and he was Fomorian, and he shot a big thing out of his face.
I hate it when that happens.
He shot stuff out of his eyes,
He
and he
shot a
cursed
ray
them
of
both.
darkness right out of his face.
And why did he curse them both?
Oh, I didn't see that he cursed them both, because in my dream, Branor like turned around and fought him, and then was protecting her, like not giving her up to him.
Yeah, see, that's 2 dreams that make him sound good. So I'm wondering if he's like cursed or possessed or something.
Maybe.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him either. But he could be cursed or possessed. But does it change what our next step is? Like, I still want to try to track down that spot.
Where you left the faith.
Yeah, so I get my memories back. But I don't want what we do to be all about me and what I want. What does Tinny Crux want?
Oh, but just also in tone, I wish I remembered it totally better. Is it doesn't matter the way I was reading, but she in the dream was like he was going through hell to protect her from everything through this like running, catching, falling, protecting, threw himself in front of her to protect her from the guy, whatever. And then she was just always like, get me out of here! Save me! Take me over here! Do this! And she's real bossy.
It sounds like bullshit, right?
Maybe.
It sounds like he made it up to make himself sound good.
Maybe? Or, but
But anyway, what should our next move be besides let's go to the spot where I lost my memories? Does any other people have other places they want to go?
Nope. I go wherever.
Not directly.
Yeah.
I want to research the circus, but I feel like that's kind of something that we'll find more information while we're doing other stuff.
Yeah. Well, nobody had heard about it here, which means it's probably in another part of the world, since the people here said that they never even went to Harrowham.
Yeah, they said they haven't had a circus here in a really long time also.
Yeah.
So
So we're gonna have to ask
well,
some people about.
I mean,
circuses.
but back to as well, us getting deputized and coming over here. I mean, we still just have the general like, why is Xander doing what he's doing, right? Where I guess why is he doing? Why did I put that there? I'm just trying to
Why
think if
is
there's
he-
any reason why we
Yeah.
need to talk to this queen. We came here to see the fairies in the Sealy Court to see about our
To get our memories back.
so maybe we should go and talk to Titania, and maybe they or the fairies or somebody there would have information about the exact location of where the
I had written
shiz went
down
down.
where is he, who does he work with, research the name, domain of his own.
I mean, just he's associated with this very large changeling who seems to have been in both of our dreams.
The
And
giant
also,
changeling was in both of your dreams?
Yeah.
there was the big chain. Mine was real big.
It was a giant. That's why.
Yeah, it was real big. Had
What,
touching the
what did
ceiling.
he do in your dream?
There was a big and a small changeling, and they're the ones who kidnapped my sister.
And in mine there's
There was a
giant
small and a
they're
big one? Just like
probably
the
my
king
parents.
or whatever in the big one. No, the other ones.
The
Not
small
the king.
changeling was disaster.
That's what I meant.
Maybe.
Disaster kidnapped your family.
Disaster, just based on my dreams, disaster wouldn't be one of those two. Because they talked about him in my dream.
Well, what are you leaving out about your dream?
Just having fun. Just being distrustful.
So you don't want to try to go to the spot where I lost my memory? You want
No,
to
I
go to the
would-
queen?
I would go to the, well, I just was wondering if the queen would have information about the spot where you lost your memory. Like, how are we gonna find the spot where you
Right.
lost your memory?
You
I
can
think
get your
we-
memory back first, then you'll remember what the spot
Yeah,
is.
that if we go get memories back, you might go like, I was right here!
If I get my memory back, there's no reason to go to the spot. The spot is where
Oh,
the
right,
memories
that's
are.
part of the memories.
The way to find it is to hook up detect magic to a giant antenna and do a 30-mile radius detect magic, because it will have left some kind of
I'd have to look back, but
imprint.
where was Titania in the...
Titania might also have, or the queen might have some more information about Branor and Lucra. The cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, of like getting somebody else's perspective on what was the nature of
I
their
mean, she is Titania.
relating.
Yeah.
She's got to know some stuff.
And she might also have a lead, if not on someone who could defeat Branor.
You can't be that strong. We're in the Feywild, we gotta be able to find someone.
Probably. I still feel like maybe it's not us who needs to take care of him though, like directly. I don't know if we could kill him that way.